Hello dear students, next topic is function of kidney as well as function of juxtaglomerular apparatus. In last lecture we learned regarding anatomy of kidney as well as basic structures of kidney. So now let's learn together for the function of kidney. First one is the function of kidney. So apart from the urine formation, kidney play an important role into the major functions of our body. For example, first one is the maintenance of homeostasis. First one is maintenance or the regulation of homeostasis. Second one is the hemopoietic function. Second one is the hemopoietic function. Now, third one is the endocrinal function. Third one is the endocrinal function. Fourth one is the regulation of blood pressure in our body. And fifth one is the regulation of calcium in our body. So these are the five functions of the kidney, right? First one is the homeostasis, second one is the hemopoietic, third one is the endocrinal, fourth one is the regulation of blood pressure, and fifth one is regulation of calcium. Now the first function is regulation of homeostasis. Now what do you mean by the homeostasis? Homeostasis is the maintenance of inner environment of our body so that body can function इन अ नॉर्मल वे। तो हमारी बॉडी के सभी फंक्शन जो नॉर्मली हमें करवाने हैं तो हमको क्या चाहिएगा होम्योस्टेसिस और दिस होम्योस्टेसिस इज मेंटेन्ड बाय द किडनी। नाउ हाउ किडनी इज गोइंग टू बी मेंटेन और ऑब्टेन द homeostasis? So the kidney obtain homeostasis or maintain the homeostasis by four action. Now first action is the excretion of waste product. First one is the excretion of waste product. Second one is the regulation of water. Third one is the regulation of electrolytes. Third one is regulation of electrolytes. And fourth one is the regulation of acid base balance. Right? So homeostasis के लिए किडनी क्या करेगी? Excretion of waste product, regulation of water, regulation of electrolyte and regulation of acid base. First is the excretion of waste product. So at the end of the metabolic waste product, there are the large number of the waste product deposit or accumulate in our body. For example, urea, for example, uric acid, for example, creatinine, for example, bile or the various drug substance. These all are the metabolic waste product. And these all substance has to be excreted or removed from our body. So this excretion किसकी मदद से होगा? Kidney. Second one is the regulation of water. So when there is increase the body fluid, there is increase the यूरिन आउटपुट एज वेल। सो हमारी बॉडी में जब भी बॉडी फ्लूइड इंक्रीज होगा तो यूरिन आउटपुट भी इंक्रीज हो जाएगा। और ऑन दी अदर हैंड इफ द बॉडी फ्लूइड इज गोइंग टू बी डिक्रीज एट दैट टाइम क्या होगा? यूरिन आउटपुट ऑल्सो गोइंग टू बी डिक्रीज, राइट? ऑलरेडी हमारे बॉडी में फ्लूइड कम है तो यूरिन आउटपुट भी कम हो जाएगा विद द हेल्प ऑफ किडनी एंड बाय दैट वे वी कैन रेगुलेट, वी कैन मेंटेन द वाटर लेवल। Third one is the regulation of electrolytes. So along with the reabsorption of water, kidney play an important role of the reabsorption of sodium as well as other electrolytes. So when and when there is the increase the concentration of sodium in our body fluid, that means increase the osmolarity of the body fluid, increase the excretion of the sodium through the kidney. हमारे बॉडी में फ्लूइड में जब भी सोडियम का कंसंट्रेशन इंक्रीज होगा दैट मीन्स बॉडी में सोडियम का कंसंट्रेशन क्या है? इंक्रीज है। तो एट दैट टाइम किडनी क्या करेगी? जो बढ़ा हुआ सोडियम है उसको यूरिन थ्रू एक्सक्रीट करवाएगी, राइट? ऑन द अदर हैंड क्या होगा? इफ द कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ सोडियम in our body fluid is going to be decreased, that means the sodium excretion through the urine is also going to be decreased. सोडियम ऑलरेडी कम है हमारी बॉडी में तो उसका एक्सक्रीशन भी क्या हो जाएगा? कम हो जाएगा। और by this way kidney play an important role in a regulation of electrolytes. Now last one is the regulation of acid base balance. So at the end of various metabolic activities, there is the formation of various metabolic acids in our body. For example, phosphoric acid, for example, sulfuric acid. And because of the accumulation of acid, there is always chance to produce the acidosis in our body. So metabolic activities के end में हमको क्या मिलेगा? Acids. And because of the depositions of the acid, there is the chance of formation of acidosis. सो रिनल यहाँ पे क्या करेगा? जो मेटाबॉलिक वेस्ट एसिड है, फॉर एग्जांपल फॉस्फोरिक एसिड, फॉर एग्जांपल सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड, उसको एक्सक्रीट करेगा और बाय दिस फोर एक्शन renal is going to be obtain the homeostasis, right? So this is all regarding the first function of the kidney. Second function of the kidney is hemopoietic function. Second is the hemopoietic function. Heme is related to blood. So this function of the kidney is related to blood. So renal is going to be release a two hormones. First one is the erythropoietin. First one is the erythropoietin and second one is the thrombopoietin. Second one is the thrombopoietin. Now erythro is related to the red blood cell. Thrombo is related to the thrombocyte, or we can say the platelets, right? Now this erythropoietin is responsible for erythropoiesis. This is responsible for what? Erythropoiesis, and at the same time thrombopoietin is responsible for thrombopoiesis. It is responsible for thrombopoiesis. Now, what do you mean by erythropoiesis? Erythropoiesis is a process of formation, development, and maturation of RBC. Same way, thrombopoiesis defined as the process of formation, development, and maturations of platelet. तो हमारे बॉडी में आरबीसी और प्लेटलेट्स को नॉर्मली फॉर्म करने के लिए, मैच्योर करने के लिए हमको चाहिएगा erythropoietin and thrombopoietin. And these two important hormone is released by the kidney. And hence this function of the kidney is known as the hemopoietic function, right? Now the third function of the kidney is endocrinal function. This one is the endocrinal function. So kidney is responsible for releasing of the various hormone and hence this function is known as the endocrinal function. एंडोक्राइन ग्लैंड की तरह किडनी भी कई तरह के हार्मोन हमारे बॉडी में रिलीज करती है. दैट्स व्हाई दिस फंक्शन इज नोन एज द एंडोक्राइनल फंक्शन. फर्स्ट हार्मोन इज द इरिथ्रोपोइटिन जो अभी हमने लर्न किया. सेकेंड वन इज द थ्रोम्बोपोइटिन. सेकेंड वन इज द थ्रोम्बोपोइटिन. नाउ थर्ड वन इज द रेनिन. फोर्थ वन इज द प्रोस्टाग्लैंडिन. And fifth one is 125 dehydroxy cholecalciferol, right? So these are the 5 hormones released by the kidney: erythropoietin, thrombopoietin, renin, prostaglandin, and 125 dehydroxy cholecalciferol. Now the fourth function of the kidney is regulation of blood pressure. Fourth function is regulation of blood pressure. How? First one is regulation of extracellular fluid level and second one is the by renin angiotensinogen mechanism. Renal is going to be maintain the blood pressure. तो एक्स्ट्रा सेल्यूलर फ्लूइड को मेंटेन करेगा और रेनिन एंजियोटेंसिनोजन मैकेनिज्म की मदद से क्या होगा? ब्लड प्रेशर मेंटेन होगा. वो हम नेक्स्ट फंक्शंस में डिटेल में करेंगे. क्लियर? तो दिस इज द फोर्थ फंक्शन ऑफ द किडनी. नाउ लास्ट फंक्शन ऑफ द किडनी इज रेगुलेशन ऑफ कैल्शियम. रेगुलेशन ऑफ कैल्शियम लेवल इन अवर बॉडी. सो बेसिकली क्या होता है, हम डाइट में जो कैल्शियम लेते हैं वो इंटेस्टाइन में रहेगा एंड फॉर एब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ दिस कैल्शियम हमको चाहिएगा विटामिन डी. Now this vitamin D is formed from the 125 dehydroxycholecalciferol, and this 125 dehydroxycholecalciferol is released by the kidney, right? So kidney क्या करेगी 125 dehydroxycholecalciferol को release करेगी. This 125 dehydroxycholecalciferol is converted into the vitamin D, and in the presence of vitamin D there is the absorption of the calcium from the intestine. अगर हमको इंटेस्टाइन में रहा हुआ कैल्शियम को एब्सॉर्ब करना है तो हमको क्या लगेगा विटामिन डी, एंड दिस विटामिन डी इज फॉर्म्ड फ्रॉम द hormone released by the kidney, and this is how kidney play an important role into the regulation of calcium. Now second part of this lecture is the function of juxtaglomerular apparatus. Function of juxtaglomerular apparatus, which we already learned into the last lecture. What is the juxtaglomerular apparatus? This is specialized structure present near to the glomerulus, and hence it is known as the juxtaglomerular apparatus. This juxtaglomerular apparatus is going to be released two important hormones. First one is the renin and second one is the prostaglandin. Let's learn first regarding the renin. Now the renin. See, this renin is responsible for elevation of the blood pressure and maintenance of the extracellular fluid in our body. तो जब भी हमारे बॉडी में बीपी और ब्लड प्रेशर कम होगा और ईसीएफ कम होगा, फ्लूइड लेवल कम होगा, तब भी रेनिन का स्टिमुलेशन होगा, right? Because renin is responsible for the elevation of blood pressure and the elevation of extracellular fluid. Now, with the help of this renin, first of all हमारे प्लाज्मा में एक प्रोटीन जो है वो होता है, और this protein is known as the angiotensinogen, right? So the protein present in our plasma which is known as the angiotensinogen. This angiotensinogen is converted into the angiotensin 1 with the help of renin. So, renin, which is released by the kidney, is responsible for the conversion of angiotensinogen into the angiotensin 1. This angiotensin 1 is converted into the angiotensin 2 into the lung. This angiotensin 2 is converted into the angiotensin 3, and now this 3 is converted into the angiotensin 4. So by this way, with the help of renin, we are going to be produce a 4 variant of angiotensin. Angiotensin 1, angiotensin 2, angiotensin 3 and angiotensin 4. Now, amongst the all, angiotensin 2 play a important role, right? Now, first is the angiotensin 1. This is just a precursor of angiotensin 2. उसका कोई फंक्शन हमारे बॉडी में अब तक पाया गया नहीं है, और साइंटिफिकली हमने एंजियोटेंसिन 1 को अभी तक सर्च नहीं किया हुआ है. सेकेंड वन इज द एंजियोटेंसिन 2. Now this angiotensin 2 play a major role for the maintenance of the ECF as well as maintenance of the blood pressure. How? This angiotensin 2 going to be affect first on the blood vessels, second on the kidney, third on the adrenal cortex, third is the adrenal cortex, and fourth one is the brain, right? So angiotensin 2 is responsible for the maintenance of ECF and maintenance of the blood pressure by act on blood pressure, act on kidney, act on adrenal cortex and act on brain. Now एंजियोटेंसिन 2 की ब्लड वेसल पर क्या इफेक्ट होगी? फर्स्ट वी लर्न द एक्शन ऑन ब्लड प्रेशर. So angiotensin 2 is responsible for vasoconstriction of the blood pressure, and because of vasoconstriction there is the elevation of blood pressure. This is the first action. Second action is angiotensin 2 is responsible for releasing of noradrenaline. Releasing of noradrenaline. This noradrenaline is general vasoconstrictor. General vasoconstrictor. And because of that, there is the elevation of blood pressure. Right? So basically by these two action, angiotensin 2 is play an important role for the elevation of blood pressure. Now, the second action is on the kidney. चलो फर्स्ट एक्शन हमने स्टडी की है ऑन द ब्लड प्रेशर. सेकेंड एक्शन हम स्टडी करेंगे ऑन द किडनी. सो ऑन द किडनी हमने लास्ट लेक्चर में स्टडी किया. दिस इज द बाउमेन कैप्सूल. This is the afferent arteriole, then small glomeruli, and this is the efferent arterioles. This is the afferent. So this is the afferent, then capillaries and efferent arterioles, right? यहाँ पे जो सेल हो गए, let me change the color. यहाँ पे जो सेल in between the capillaries जो हो गए उसको हम क्या कहेंगे? Glomerular cell. That one is the glomerular cell, right? नाउ एंजियोटेंसिन 2 जो है वो किडनी पर क्या इफेक्ट करेगा? कंस्ट्रिक्शन ऑफ द एफरेंट आर्टेरियोल्स. ये जो एफरेंट आर्टेरियोल्स है उसका क्या करवाएगा? कंस्ट्रिक्शन. एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट क्या होगा? जो फिल्ट्रेशन रेट है, यहाँ से जो फिल्ट्रेशन होता है ब्लड, उसका रेट जो है वो क्या हो जाएगा? स्लो. फिल्ट्रेशन स्लो होगा, दैट मीन्स यूरिन फॉर्मेशन भी क्या होगा? स्लो. और यूरिन आउटपुट जो है वो क्या होगा? डिक्रीज. बिकॉज उतना फिल्ट्रेशन ही नहीं हो रहा है, उतना यूरिन फॉर्म ही नहीं हो रहा है, तो यूरिन आउटपुट भी रिड्यूस होगा. और बाय दिस वे देयर इज द एलिवेशन ऑफ बॉडी फ्लूइड इन आवर बॉडी एंड हेंस इंक्रीज द ब्लड प्रेशर. क्लियर? तो angiotensin 2 is responsible for the contraction of afferent arterioles, which leads to slower down the filtration process and hence reduce the urine formation and hence decrease the urine output, which leads to increase the body fluid and hence elevate the blood pressure. सेकेंड वो क्या करेगा? यहाँ जो कैपिलरीज के बीच बीच में जो सेल है जिसको हमने बोला है ग्लोमेरुलस सेल. So angiotensin 2 is responsible for contraction of this cell, and because of that capillaries are also going to be contract because ये इसके बीच में situated है, in between situated है, and that's why there is the constriction of the capillaries as well. And if there is the constriction of capillaries, again filtration rate जो है वो कम होगा. Because of the filtration रेट जो कम हुआ है उसकी वजह से क्या होगा? यूरिन इतना फॉर्म ही नहीं होगा और उसकी वजह से यूरिन आउटपुट जो है रिड्यूस होगा एंड ब्लड प्रेशर एलिवेट होगा. राइट? सो ये जो ग्लोमेरुलस है, द टॉप blood vessels which we already learnt into the last lecture, this is the responsible for the filtration, and filtration is the process by which the urine is formed. अगर filtration ही नहीं होगा, यूरिन इतना बनेगा ही नहीं, तो यूरिन आउटपुट भी कम होगा. और यूरिन आउटपुट कम है, that means there is the elevation of the body fluid and ultimately elevation into the blood pressure, right? So this is the action on kidney. So third one is the action on adrenal cortex. Third one is the action on the adrenal cortex. So angiotensin 2 is responsible for releasing of the aldosterone from adrenal cortex, and this aldosterone is responsible for reabsorption of water and sodium. Aldosterone का main function क्या है? Reabsorption of the water and sodium. Reabsorption, that means increase the fluid level or the water level in our body, and if the water level increase, that means elevation of the blood pressure, right? So this is the third action on the adrenal cortex. It helps in releasing of aldosterone. Aldosterone is responsible for the reabsorption of water, hence increase the body fluid level and increase the blood pressure. Right? Now last one is the effect on brain. So into the brain, it is angiotensin 2. is responsible for the inhibition. Remember, it is responsible for inhibition of baroreceptor. Now, baroreceptor is responsible for what? Lower down the blood pressure. So, baroreceptor blood pressure को lower down करे उसके पहले ही एंजियोटेंसिन क्या करेगा? इस baroreceptor को inhibit कर देगा. So what? Blood pressure जो है वो maintain रहेगा. Clear? Angiotensin 2 is responsible for inhibition of the baroreceptor because baroreceptor is going to be decrease the blood pressure. Now second action on the brain is it stimulate thirst center, and because of that increase the water intake. हमको प्यास ज्यादा लगेगी, that means increase the water level in our body, increase the fluid level in our body, and hence increase the blood pressure. It is also responsible for increase the corticotropin releasing hormone. Cortico that means cortex पर इफेक्ट करेगा और cortex में से क्या रिलीज करवाएगा? हमने अभी लास्ट फंक्शन में पढ़ा, that is the aldosterone. And this aldosterone is responsible for reabsorption of water. और water का reabsorption होगा, that means fluid level increase होगा, blood pressure increase होगा. Right? It is also responsible for releasing of the ADH, that is anti-diuretic hormone. डायूरेटिक माने कि यूरिन आउटपुट, बट एंटी डायूरेटिक दैट मीन्स जो यूरिन आउटपुट को लोअर डाउन करे, रिड्यूस करे. यूरिन आउटपुट रिड्यूस होगा तो वाटर कंटेंट इंक्रीज होगा, तो ब्लड प्रेशर भी इंक्रीज होगा. तो दिस इज द एक्शन ऑन ब्रेन. नाउ द सेकेंड हार्मोन इज द प्रोस्टाग्लैंडिन. हमने पहले क्या स्टडी किया कि juxtaglomeralar apparatus is responsible for releasing of two hormones. First one is renin and second one is the prostaglandin. रेनिन की इफेक्ट हमने ब्लड वेसल पे स्टडी की, किडनी पर स्टडी की, देन आफ्टर ब्रेन एंड देन आफ्टर एड्रिनल कॉर्टेक्स. और द सेकेंड हार्मोन इज द प्रोस्टाग्लैंडिन. This prostaglandin is responsible for the lower down the blood pressure. Right? It is the exact opposite action of the renin, and that is the decrease the blood pressure. Second one is the vasodilatation. Clear? The prostaglandin is responsible for the lower down of blood pressure as well as the vasodilatation. So basically juxtaglomerular apparatus releasing the two hormones. First one is the renin and second one is the prostaglandin. This renin is responsible for the elevation of blood pressure. Prostaglandin is responsible for the lower down of blood pressure, right? Now, second most important action of the renin is vasoconstriction. Why? Prostaglandin is responsible for vasodilatation, right? So this is all regarding the function of kidney as well as function of juxtaglomerular apparatus. Thank you so much. In next lecture, we're gonna learn regarding the urine formation and the concentration of urine. Thank you.